Hey, we are live. Yeah. Finally, we are alive in my company account. So great. That is great. So today we are going to talk about a very deep identity loop. How to break a deep identity loop. And this is alternative healing framework that anyone can use. And you can find me on heartstringblossom.com. So today the thing I talk about is most people they never think about it and nobody address it because why a person stays stuck in the same pattern whatever it is even when like they try everything usually the pattern show up as chronic illness, anxiety, being unable to form close relationship, or feeling that not smart enough. These are just symptoms. Or some people will always say, "I'm not good at with making money." They feel like they blocked with money. So these are the surface problem. They are really the real problem. So what actually keep the system locked is something that much deeper. That is what I called a deep identity loop. So today I'm going to walk you through a framework that starting breaking it, and it's a process. So you can use this for health, you can use this for relationship, you can use this for confidence, money, or purpose. So this is a system you can apply to your own life to break that very deep identity loop, whatever it is. So first, identify the deep imprint. So the first step is learning how to spot the deep imprint that's running your system. So ask yourself when something goes wrong in your life, what is the first sentence your mind produces about you? What label are you quietly carried for years? Maybe you will say, "Oh, I never met someone who meet all my needs," or "I have a weak body." Like every time get sick, the thought will come, I have a weak body. Or I'm not good at intimate relationship because all the relations fall apart. Or I'm not that smart. Or making money is hard. I'm too sensitive. Or this always happens to me. No matter what it is, that sentence is not just a thought. It comes over and over again. So it's a system setting. The symptom goes come and goes, but situation changes. But this identity loop keeps recreating the same reality, the same thought, creating the same reality. But now, the step two, we are going to reveal the second again. You know, this is the part most people never look at, and it's actually pretty painful to look at. So before we explore it, let's take a slow breath together. In and out. And in and let the exhale fill out with a soft R. So do it with me. Breathe in and feel your heart opens a little bit. Feel your system opens a little bit more. Okay, good. Now your system is a little bit more clear. I want you to ask yourself that next question honestly but playfully. Because you don't need to be heavy or dramatic, just sincere, honest, with a little curiosity with yourself. So here's the question. If this problem disappear, if this problem disappear completely, what would I lose? Okay, let that first answer come and don't judge them. Very often, the system has been holding the pattern because of the things like, okay, I like to being taken care of, or I like have my own time, or finally being allowed to say what I really want to say, or not having to do the something that I always don't want to do, or being forgiven, or avoid the risk, or avoid the rejection and failure, or staying in familiar emotional territory. Whatever it is, at some point, this problem helped your system survive. So that works in the past, it's great. But now, with more awareness, you get to decide whether that are you sick or tired of this old protection that still runs your life. If you want real change, you must become very clear that this old protection, the second gain, no longer serves you. So you decide it no longer serves you. From there, we go to the next step. You decide that the old identity no longer serves you. The old protection no longer serves you. You are sick and tired of it. Then you can make a new things. You can make the new identity decision. You are issue the new instruction out loud if you can. This pattern no longer serves me. I'm choosing a new way of living. I'm choosing a new way of living. I'm choosing a new way of living. This is a system level command with commitment and perfect for the new year. So you are no longer trying to fix a problem. You are basically changing who you are being. Every symptom it will come back because the old identity when they lose control. The nervous system reacts. Small things suddenly feel urgent. Your attention got hijacked. And your mind obsessed. A vague sense of danger appears. So, or even just a group of like discussion may seem very chaos to you. So this is not a problem returning. You need to be aware. You expected the system to push back, and because it has been there for years, right? So the system is natural. It's natural for the system to push back, to try to go to the older way. But you are aware. You know this is your system protecting the old identity, and you pause and you breathe and you return to your new identity. So be patient in this process with yourself. It takes some time to shift out of the old pattern. Think it like a 6 month project. How do you know you are switching out of these like old patterns? And if you shift out and reinstall a new program, each time you make a tiny shift, be grateful for the new opening, for the new opening. And at the same time, care for your body. You eat well, you sleep well, because that if you take good care of your body, you are less easily slip into the old window when your body is more stable. But also do the things that make you feel beautiful and playful, because that is the thing makes your energy, make your system more open to the new possibility. So be playful. Find the things. I found a thing really works really well for me is that you open your mouth, you imagine there are so many beautiful snows in the air, and then you're just trying to like get the snow with your mouth or with your tongue. It's not easy. You have to move your head, you have to move your tongue, and it's fun. The snow will flow onto your eyes, will fall onto your lips, and it's really fun to do it. And you will smile. So that is you shift your system from like shift to playfulness and allow the new possibility to come. Okay. So now, and so be prepared. knowing symptoms are the training ground, and you every time it come, you will say something. If you label it like, okay, oh, like I'm sick, like okay, I have a diarrhea, that means my system is weak. That is the old thought. The new thought is you change it to my system is resilient, even when the system is changing, I can still function, right? You're still functioning. Even you have maybe a diarrhea, like you go to the bathroom a little bit longer, but you are still functioning, you're still doing your work. That is true. That's not dramatic, that's very acceptable for your system. So start small, start from these things and change your thoughts. And every time, change it. Every time, change it. Okay. And also you really need to express your needs, because being alive as a, if being alive is the new identity, like begin living as this new identity, express your needs instead of always holding it inside, will allow your system going to a more relaxed state. Feeling supported will make you, no matter it's vertical or horizontal, you need to figure out what time do you need. The horizontal means, the vertical means you are asking the help from the god, from the angels, or whatever, like spiritual figure you connect with. So that's vertical. But the horizontal is like the people around you, your friends, your family, or your someone you care, you love about. You can ask. But first, you need to figure out your own needs. So I have a 30-second test, really works really well. Um, yeah, oh, let me see where I have it. So it's basically, it's like imagine you're on bed, you're relaxing. It means you're very safe and relaxing. So like someone care about you, sit beside you, and they look at you, and you imagine that, okay, so what do you want them to do at this moment? The first answer is the answer that your heart's desire, your needs. So it might be something really tiny, like a hug, or a kiss, a hug, or just being held, or a warm cup of tea. No matter what it is, you can ask your people around you. You don't need to give too much information, because I know it's hard for sometimes for someone who has been so strong all their life, right? But you have the very right to ask for support. You can tell them that I don't want to tell you all the details, but I would just want you to give me a hug, or I want you to give me a cup of tea. Most people are nice. They are they are they are very nice. Most people are very nice. They love to help you, but you need to ask. If you express your needs, you get it. So open your mouth. It's not it's not hard as you think, and find a person you feel right. Okay, not everyone can hold vulnerability, so you need to know the level you can open to. If you want, I can share with you how to access a person's vulnerability. But I think you are good. You just find the person you feel right. Yeah. You don't need too much information. You just tell them, I need this, and make your needs meet. That is really important for your system. Okay. That tiny action will make your system much more relaxed. So allowing care instead of earning it through struggle, and act from clarity instead of fear, and make decision as the person you are becoming. That is how the nervous system learned the new reality. So most people, why people stay weak, that is actually my own, like something I need to overcome. But most people think they're weak not only because they are sick more often, they stay weak because the identity loop around illness. So uh, I actually learned very early that, like my mom told me, like you're always sick, you're sensitive, like you're not strong, and they have to spend money for me to go to hospital. So I kind of like so every symptom reinforce this contract, like this imprint. I'm weak, so this old loop becomes something like, okay, I was confused, I have those doubts, and the body, their symptoms, then the identity of weakness reinforced, and the symptoms say, see, you're weak, you have a weak body. So it repeats like that. But now so for something like this, only like positive thinking is not enough. The mind will ask for proof, the biological proof that, okay, if you are healing, if you are getting better, I need to see the proof. So that's like actually alternative healing also helps here, because the body heals from information, the light, the touch, the breeze, the energy, medicine, the sound, the emotion, the meaning, the connection. So um, the nervous system decides how much ATP to produce, how fast tissue repairs, how strong immunity becomes. So when recovery improves, the identity also updates. A new thought appears. Maybe I'm resilient. I'm getting stronger. So um, their tools help you to get into the new loop, which is, okay, I can set up a boundary fast, I can meet my needs, and it's easy, and I'm supported. And then get the ATP support, which I use like realize therapy. I can talk about it next time. It's really helpful. And so when you see the stable recovery in your body, and your creativity, your energy comes back, your creativity comes back, and you have more like time to play. So you observe those improvements. So the nervous system collect these micro proofs, and the old identity collapse. If you can also, okay. So if you can also borrow a higher identity template, like a role model activation. So this is one very powerful to most people underestimate. So you can choose a role model you generally resonate with, not someone you someone the way of living makes you feel, this is a high life force human. So watch their interviews, not and to feel like how they think, how they meet life, how they carry themselves, and notice their pace, their eyes. Like no one is perfect, so I don't want you to look at, okay, what they're what they're not good at. I want you to look at the something you're really resonant with them, the something that, like, okay, it is possible for a woman who is like past her whatever age still find a love, or that it's possible for someone who divorced twice still find their true love, or it's possible for someone past 50 years they can still like write a book or something like that. Whatever it is that you resonate with the life force, the activities, do that, use that. So notice their pace, their eyes, and how they respond to uncertainty, pressure, and challenges. So, so you are basically downloading a next version of you, and your inner posture toward life will begin to change. So this is identity healing, but it only happens when you are committed, when you realize you made a decision, you no longer need the older things. Yeah, okay. I think I already talked about this. So, he, just one last things. Healing includes relationship. It's not what happens inside of your body. It's also what happens between you and the other people. So that 30 seconds practice is that let me see. Take a slow breath and let your shoulders soften. Let your body settle and imagine someone who truly cares about you sitting beside you, gently watching over you, and ask yourself, what do I long for them to do for me right now? Do not analyze, do not edit, just notice. Notice the first answer. So you may feel a strong yearning to be held, to be soothed, to be comforted, or to be quiet with someone, to be cared for. So the first answer is your real need. And I want you to find out your real need, even just for a few seconds. And you express it, you ask for it, and you're allowed to name it. I need a hug. And can you just sit with me for a few minutes? Be specific. I don't need advice. I just need you to listen. I need someone to care about how I feel today. So tell them, mm, find someone you can rely on, not someone that you know they will reject you. But it doesn't hurt you ask, right? You just ask, open your mouth itself. It's a way that means you are brave. Yeah. So I want you to know that if you don't ask, you don't get it. Ask and you shall receive. Whatever, like even when you praying for something, you are also asking. So ask and you shall receive. And knowing who can hold your vulnerability. When you begin to share your vulnerability, notice how people respond. Some people they try to fix you, they get uncomfortable, they change the subject or give advice too quickly, or distract from what you are feeling. That shows you their capacity. So there are people who can stay present, listen without fixing, holding space without shrinking, remaining steady without distracting. These are the people who can truly hold your vulnerability. So you don't have to give your tenderness to everyone, um, but you can find the people you can rely on, or you can expose a certain degree of vulnerability. So healing including learning where your heart is safe and where your nervous system can rest. So before I close for today, you don't have to become strong in one day. You can install strength with thousands of small biological proof over months. Symptom doesn't mean you're broken. That just means your system is recalibrating and upgrading. And one day you will realize you are not weak. You are resilient and you're evolving. And you will see the proof if you look for it. And also ask in the next episode, I will show you to create a biological proof on purpose, like how to accelerate identity updates using light, breath movement, emotion, and the environment. It's a real method you can start using immediately. And also, um, there's more, we always open to the new possibility to listen to your own guidance. And when we before we end this session, let's pray together. Ask for the guidance to guide for the guide us toward our own involvement, to release the old identity with ease and grace, and to be able to recognize and each every time to go to the new identity. And also we can ask for support, ask for help when we need it. So we are not fighting alone. Even our system is capable, we are not fighting alone. We are all connected. That is the truth, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.